Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a wee bit late. The time has just completely been running away. Right, so um hello everyone. Sorry I'm a wee bit late. There we go. Um so I hope you're all doing all right. Are you feeling the shift already? Uranus into Gemini, big stuff for the next 8 years. Um yes, so I did say Uranus and not Venus there, eh? Because earlier I said it's no, I did, didn't I? It's Uranus in Gemini that's a big deal, but Venus is in Gemini too. But that isn't the part that's a big deal. And they're conjunct right now too. So big changes in your love life, good, bad, or indifferent. Um, breakups, shakeups, makeups, lots of twin flame stuff because it's the twins is Gemini. What's this do? Yeah, didn't I? It's Uranus in Gemini. There we go. Oh, don't you start, nippy alarm. Right. So I've just done a wee quick, it was about 20 minutes or something, a 7/7 portal special activation in the membership. And it was just my usual violet flame clearing that I've been channeling for, I don't know, 8, 9 years, something like that. But it felt extra special because I really do feel those of us that guide a lot of the collective and transmute with the violet flame. Like this energy is very connected to the 7/7 portal. So, and like I explained in the membership, all I know is when, whenever I get guided to do an activation that's specific to the membership, it's got an extra potency around it, like so. But again, it was quite quick, but it feels like, because I've been thinking that for a while, like I want to do a short, just my normal clearing, so that for those of you that, struggle with like difficult feelings, anxiety, ungroundedness, like whatever, that, something that you can go to quite quickly, maybe even every day, because people have told me how much that helps them, and it's just that always end up making them really long. Um, and I had even felt like today, depending on how many people are around, or to be honest with you, even if it's really quiet, I might end up doing a, I might end up doing a shamanic journey on this because it's been so long. Um, but I'll feel into it because I think for the purposes of how much you need to watch it over and over again and stuff, but we'll just see because I really do. I go with the flow and I go with my guidance and all that jazz. Um, but yeah. Wait a minute, I've got Trainwreck on pause right now, so that could be relevant. It's one of my favourites. It's just I hadn't watched it in like ages, so I thought that's the kind of easy watching I could do it. But that was actually late last night, and I thought actually I'm just going to go to sleep because I was quite late. And I'm tired tonight. I'm feeling good, but I'm tired because I didn't get much sleep, and then I got up early and I've done loads of exercise. So something tells me I might be, well, not might be. Actually, someone's just sorted that, so thank you. You know who you are. I got a booking right last minute, so that's why I was a little bit late just replying the email. But I am absolutely having a day off tomorrow, and then I've got my client, I think it was 7 o'clock she booked, so um so that's fine. That's me sorted because yeah, I'm gonna need to I think I'm gonna be sore. I've done quite a lot. Um but yeah, if you're wanting to book, I've got sessions Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah. So there's sessions the rest of the week. But yeah, I think for tomorrow that one will be enough. So I will rest my body and then have because also the card was rest that I pulled um on the wee short side, I think that I done. to say that was coming on here. So anyway, I'm just going to put the music channel on as I'm doing this on silent, of course. Um, so say hi if you're here. And if you've never joined me before on Mediumship Monday, basically it's the same as what I do every single day, except there's a bit more of an open invite. Thank you for whoever's hitting the hearts. Um, it's a bit more of an open invite to the loved ones in spirit, and I just leave it completely open. I'm an open channel all the time, so you know, whatever wants to flow through. Um, oh, before I forget, because sometimes I do, I'm gonna shuffle the wee bits of paper that give us a wee insight into what to do. Now, before I actually, while I'm shuffling these, there's a song that come on that I don't know. Now I know at least one of yous actually maybe even saw this guy in concert. It was a festival. Um, well, that was actually Renee. That yeah, I remember she said she was going. I think she would do. Yeah, you were going to it. I don't know if you actually did. That was months ago. But I've got a good memory for stuff like that. But it's Benson Boone. And I remember Martin ages ago as well. He liked it. Again, I love his songs too. I don't know him as well though. I just like that one that's like, please don't, you know, that one. But this one's called Ghost Town, Benson Boone. So I don't know that one, but it came on the alarm. And again, it's not saved in my song. So it's one of these mystical things that's happened. Again, it's to do with Spotify, but. I'm just going to read the lyrics. So I'm reading this with you. I don't know what this is about. You fill me up till you're empty. I took too much and you let me. We've been down all these roads before, and what we found don't live there anymore. Sounds like a bit of a karmic ending, or a karmic ending between twins, or it could be a karmic ending with a karmic person. Not romantic, can be any relation. It's dark, it's cold. If my hand is not the one you're meant to hold, maybe you'd be happier with someone else. Oh, this is a bit miserable. Maybe someone's maybe loving me is the reason you can't love yourself. Before I turn your heart into a ghost town, show me everything we built so I can tear it all down. You know I'll stay, don't you tempt me, but all this weight is getting heavy. Been holding up what wasn't meant to stand. I turned this love into a wasteland. It's dark, it's cold. If my hand is not, oh, fucking hell. Well, I'd say that is something that's going down the pan. I've never heard that. I might listen after. So let's see how that fits into this. Oh my God. Fuck, my arms are so. Do you know what it is? It's like, man, imagine I come on here and I'm like fucking. I'm not there yet, but basically, I've done the tiniest bit of lifting weights and I can fucking feel it. It's probably because there's nothing to my arms, so I can actually feel. Holy fuck, man. I can feel it's done something. It's not going to do it from once, do you know what I mean? Well, it's not once, I've done it twice, but that's so weird. It's like, it does feel different. How is that possible? Instant manifestation. But yeah, I don't want to have like really muscly arms or anything. Right, so it's just when you get older, guys, you've got to get more protein and you've got to get into stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So just letting you know. Um, I don't care if that Justin Bieber and that's a weird video. Justin Bieber and what's his name? What the fuck is his name? What the hell is his name? That's so annoying. I'm looking at him and I can't even remember his name. The ginger guy. What the fuck is his name? What the fuck? Why? That is so weird. I'm having a total mind blank. It's completely gone. It's going to come up at the end and that's going to annoy me. What in the fuck? Very weird. That is so weird. It's still not that right, guys. Come on. I'm not being funny. That's actually creeping me out a bit. Like that has got to be symbolic or something, like awakening or something. Because Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran. That's what it is. Ed Sheeran. I did want to say Ed, and then it was feeling like it was wrong. But it is Ed Sheeran. But I know Ed Sheeran really well. So why was I not? So this feels like I'm hello Beck. I did say hello there. I feel like I'm channeling the energy in a really weird way of a masculine. A group of masculines are like, how could I go to sleep on this for this long? Let's and maybe that's why I let people manipulate me into ghosting you. So I'm going to do these cards first, and then if Twin Flame Messages comes out, we'll know that that was well, it was meant to be because the bits of paper, often I'll do what I'm meant to do, and then the cards tell me after, the wee bits of paper tell me after. But just because of that coming out there, and again, that was really, it's kind of funny how that happened. But yeah, I was like, honestly, I was looking at him and I couldn't even remember his name. I'm on my way to you. Yeah, so look, that doesn't really surprise me because that's what I knew they were saying. It's like someone's like, how could I forget who that was? You know what I mean? Forget this Ed Sheeran. It's like, how could I forget how important this was? And for that matter, I'm on my way to you. Now remember, this card's wait a minute, this card is exciting. It's like, hello, hello. Wait a minute. Um, on my way to you can quite literally be when you watch this, the person's on their way to you. For a, for someone it could be that. But this can also be this person's on the way to getting there to you. You know what I mean? So however you take that, wait a minute. Could we stop fucking about, Claire, so that I can get the thumbnail? That'll do. Um, and also because that song's I don't care because I'm with my baby, yeah. So maybe somebody's like being less bothered about what anybody else says about this. So should fucking think so too. That is the part of the twin flame journey that you get to the point where you're like, why the fuck was I caring so much about what everybody felt about my life? Whether it's my fucking love life or any other part of it, it's none of their fucking business. Your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in. I'm ready for commitment. That's come out a lot. I've filmed the shorts for the next 2 weeks and I'm ready for commitments coming out a lot. I hate seeing you with them. Now that I hate seeing you with them card, because with twin flames, it's if this was any other love connection, yeah, it's very common that the divine feminines actually could, because everyone's got feminine, masculine energy, but you could be with someone else or they could be with someone else. But because this is twin flames, I always take that to mean I hate seeing you with them. It's like even if this person in their mind's eye is like projecting into the future and seeing potential timelines of you moving on, it's like they hate it. Got the song from Brother Bear in my head now. Tell everybody I'm on my way. I don't even know what that is. No idea what that is. Is that a good song? But there's another song that might be for someone. I'm interested. I know you're focusing on other things and it makes me curious about what you're doing. I want to share your dreams. Yeah, again, waking up, dreams. This person's like waking up from the spiritual slumber, or it could even be being under a spell of manipulation. And I need to tell you the truth. So, what I mean? I feel it's like this person needs to tell you the truth. And that's why they're on their way to being able to do that. But until then, they watch. I'm your secret admirer. I watch your social media, I search you online, and I sometimes try to be where you are. Yes, it's given stalker alert, but when it's twin flames, we'll allow those kind of stalkers, but when it's karmic stalkers, not so much. I want to apologise. I need your forgiveness. It's a great song. Phil Collins sings it. Oh, right. Maybe I do know it then. Is that from a film? Oh, wait a minute. So it's in, yeah, because his brother Bear, uh, kids film or something. I mean that, but it's kind of familiar now that you're saying it. Now that you've said it's Phil Collins. Cause I'll be on my way. Is it that one? Something like that. I'm on my way till you came out again as I was saying that. All right, we get it. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. That's a different date. And now I'm taking action. I'm taking action. I feel empty without you. And also the song that went off earlier, which I've filmed a video for tomorrow. It's just a wee quickie. But again, it was part of the message, you know what I mean? It was like, and it also I didn't have a lot of time left, but it was all meant to be. But it's because, like I just said, someone just booked their last minute, and that's perfect for me because I was feeling just with the messages I've given for the collective that I need tomorrow off. And like, so it's great if like basically that person's booked, well, I'll definitely still be talking to her at this time tonight, I'd imagine. But it's kind of like, um, it feels like a lot of people, especially if you need some rest and integration tomorrow. And I feel it's after this 7-7 portal, or if it's like me, 7-7 portal, and because I've done a lot of exercise. But yeah, the song that came on was James Arthur, and so I mentioned it in that one you'll see tomorrow too. But it was, you know, I don't see you, you're not in every single thing I do. You are not the missing piece, and I don't think we're meant to be. And then it's like, I'm alone in my head, looking for love in a stranger's bed. 'Cause I don't think I'll find it, 'cause only you can fill this empty space. I fucked up all the words a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of energy of somebody. So that kind of energy always feels a bit angry and stubborn and in denial. And also the bit with the stranger's bed, it's not the best either, but it's like, however that all fits into this, but it's like this person could have been determined to be like, to prove that you're nothing to them and all that kind of stuff. So, but now I feel empty without you because that's called empty space. I know that I had to learn the hard way what I've lost and what I'm missing, but now I want it back and I hope you'll take me back. So, going in there with intense messages. What's on the back? I've been working on myself and I'm not the same as before. Sorry, I can't stop the voice. Right. But again, the voice, Gemini, Uranus going into Gemini, that's communication. What have we got then from the wee mediumship Monday bits of paper? Yeah, and I'm loving every step I take. That's a Tarzan song and also good. All right, it's a different one though. Oh fuck. Oh well, that's the bit I need. It wasn't in the shot. We have. Oh, very interesting. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, that's what they told me I was going to be doing, and that's what I just done in the membership. Although I did add in a few bits of cards at the end. But channeled healing without the cards, card guided at the end. That's exactly what I just done the membership. So I did say to them that I felt I would be doing something similar in public, but the ones in the membership are always going to be a stronger light code energy, light code activation coming in there. What else have we got then? Mediumship. Well, it is mediumship Monday. That's quite funny, isn't it? Shadow work. Right. Colour healing. Well, we're not doing fucking all of it, so um where will I put them? I'll put them here. So we'll just see how all of that fits into it. But it was mainly because again, I don't want this to be, yeah, to be honest with you, it might just be the channel healing. I think I'm just meant to do a clearing within the portal energy, basically, to keep it short and sweet, mediumship Monday. So let's just do that. I'm going to get the sage though. Um, yeah. And that'll be quite nice if some of you haven't actually got the chance to watch some of my channeled activations and meditations, shamanic journeys. It's a mixture of all of them on that playlist. Then this is a wee taster of it. Oh yeah, because maybe then we're doing a shamanic journey rather than. Did wonder if I was going to be doing that. It's just it's a bit annoying with all the chat, but to be honest with you, I'm just that type of person. You know what I mean? Notice I'm not like. Again, I have thought about it. I've always maybe I think it's Uranus going to Gemini. It's making me want to do things to do with questions and stuff because I'm just not really that type of person. But if you have got, put it this way, if you've got questions that you want me to answer, can you email me? And let's see if I get a flood of emails. And then I could try doing videos answering your questions. But I just prefer to answer people's questions when I'm on here, do you know what I mean? But I don't know. But yeah, so if there's anything to do with the twin flame journey you want to ask a question about, then you know what I mean, and then I can do a video on it, or just incorporate it into one of these lives. But yeah, so because if you see the one that I put out today, I used the question cards. So let's actually use some of them. So let's just do it. I'm going to get in a habit of doing this. Honestly, I feel it's that Uranus going to Gemini. It's got me all about the questions. So if you want to, you don't need to, you can answer this question. It would be good if you leave it as a standing comment after this is finished. Um, because that helps the algorithm. I'm just being totally transparent here. But also you can put it in the live chat if you're here, obviously. But let's just see what's a question for us all to answer if we want to. It's an invite. How do I show love to myself, to others? That's interesting because that is the one I got drawn to on the trauma release one that I done earlier. So, how do I show love to myself and to others? So I'll go first. I show love to myself by, for the most part, preparing in advance the videos, both the shorts, the and the longer form videos if I'm doing ones. Um, I prepare it all in advance, right? And sometimes I'm doing it on the day. A lot of the time I can be doing it on the day. And when you see me doing these live streams, it's because I've recharged in advance for it. You know what I mean? So for instance, with this one, I've had the whole weekend to recharge for it. And so I feel good, you know, and then tomorrow I'll recharge all day Tuesday, actually all day Wednesday as well, because I'm looking after a wee dog then. But people could still book because she's no bother. Um, and yeah, and then the next live stream is on the full moon. But yeah, so that's how I show love to myself by honouring my feminine and my masculine energy. And I show love to others by sharing my gift. My gift is helping you find yours. So, and my gift is basically gifting the collective with healing activations and meditations, like a lot of them for free, you know, that are on the playlist that like I explained in the video earlier, I do things like that for paid content too, but a lot of my things on that playlist have helped people out of the most stuck karmic situations. Some of the things you just wouldn't even be able to imagine how dark some of the things people have been in. Um, Now, I don't think this is one for people to answer, but I'm going to read it because I think somebody needs to hear it. What does my instinct say? What should I do next? So you need to privately ask yourself that one because I don't imagine that's one that people are answering because I feel that might be quite serious because the song that's on right now is Bad Habits. Now it's not an Ed Sheeran play thing. It's 2001 to 2024, but it's Ed Sheeran again. So something like Ed Sheeran. Um, I I do like most of his songs, but some of them are nippy as fuck. You know what I mean? They're just like um annoying. Running up that hill, Kate Bush has just come on. Definitely not singing that. But again, look, someone's on their way. They're fucking running up the hill, quite literally for some people. But yeah, so how do you show love to yourself and to others? So you can answer as simply or as elaborately, or you don't need to at all. Thank you if you do in advance, though. Right, so yeah, I did burn some of that sage, didn't I? So, love how intense these messages are right from the get-go. Yes, very intense. Very 7-7 portal. I show love to myself. Oh, you're answering already, Vic. 10 points to you. Guys, this is what we need more of. Okay? Love and interaction. I show love to myself for allowing myself to step back sometimes and take breaks without making myself feel guilty or feel like a failure. That was a hard lesson to learn. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Um, and by the way, can I just say, I am there now, but that took me years to learn too. To take a step back and take breaks without feeling guilty or a failure. And, you know, so I can look, you know, maybe whenever in the future, if you're guided to a session, like I can look at people's charts to see why that would be. I wouldn't be surprised if you, like, for instance, with me, I know it's because my Aries sun energy sits in the house of Virgo, and that's about being of service. It's about what you do every day. So that's why, you know, others could look and be like, "Oh my God, I do so much," or like, you know, people are always saying, "Oh my God, you do." Like people have said, "You put out that much for free." I don't feel like I need the paid content, which is a bit shit for me, isn't it? But it's like, notice I don't stop doing it because it all comes around. It's like somebody just booked there, and that's allowed me to, you know, take an easier time today. Sorry, tomorrow during the day, and then I've got a client at night. And like I said, one a day is really enough for me. Uh, it always comes back around when I put out the healing for free. the people that do need that wee bit more assistance. Because it'll come in swings and roundabouts, you know what I mean? Sometimes people are okay with the free content, and then other times you need to recognise the signs when you need mass support one to one. Um, anyway, blah 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 must all be relevant because look at the Mary Magdalene card. Divine inheritance, positive flow. Yeah, that is very relevant. Well, that's maybe a thumbnail. You know what I mean? Like, oh, love it. We've got another one. But look, it's Mary Magdalene healing Jesus. So I feel that's the feminines energetically healing their own masculine. You're healing your masculine within you, giving it a rest, like what I've just described there, and some of yous. And but it's also literally that healing, that is healing your masculine, who, by the way, so like, is that still sitting there? Burnt Out. Yeah, I didn't tidy them up from earlier. Like, Burnt Out came out again today for the trauma release. So, and the thing is, where is it? I'm leaving. Oh shit, actually. Wait a minute. That one came out. I'm leaving. I'm ready to leave a situation or a mindset that's not served me and hindered my growth. That's full moon and Capricorn energy this week. But basically, divine inheritance, like, karmic rewards are coming with this. Wait a minute, because I do that so fast. Karmic rewards are coming with this full moon. If you've put in the hard work, which is Capricorn, karmic rewards are coming. Equally, karma could be here for some people too, but we'll not dwell too much on that. But yeah, pulling back my energy after running on fumes for a long time just recently, but long overdue. Well, well done for recognizing that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm sharing that. Like I might be good at that now. I'm not perfect at it, but I've got in quite a good flow. And like I'd said on the video earlier, I am really taking note that, for the next, what, 2.5 years, don't quote me on this, I think it's like 2.5 years. Normally 2.5 years. The South Node and the North Node are in South Node's in Virgo and the North Node's in Pisces. So this is about slowing down for me. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean I stop working altogether, but it means I work smarter, not harder. So it does mean, oh my God, I think I'm eventually going to get some of my recorded courses out there so that it's passive income, that I can record it once and then it's there for whoever wants to buy it. And just to me, that honestly seems like heaven because it's like, because I'm just always so in the moment. But although I love live Zooms especially, and and again, that's what you all seem to love by a long shot, because like I say all the time, I love doing the unlisted ones, but literally nobody ever buys them. And they're the cheapest things I've got available, let's be honest. But like, because I've got 15-minute ones and I've got 30-minute ones, and I mean, but people, and that's most people that I follow, that is their go-to. It actually isn't Zooms. But it's not, my moon conjunct Uranus likes to be different. It doesn't, I seem to attract people that want that live session. So that's great, but it can be quite taxing too. So yeah, when I think to like, I think just being able to do things a wee bit differently, having the courses like that, and even some people that are wanting the unlisted stuff will be quite good. But that change hasn't happened yet. And I swear, guys, I'm not like, it does feel time to do those unlisteds that I gifted you on the membership a couple of months ago. So not, well, actually, some of you are in the membership. But if I'd said that I was giving you one of them, I'm getting around to a couple of them this week. So it might still be, next week that I'm delivering the other ones. But it feels time now. So I feel, I was waiting for that full moon in Capricorn energy or something. Um, but um, oh, and there's a rose. They just homed in on the rose on the telly there. So I feel that's the rose codes. Mary Magdalene energy flooding in on this portal. Um, and thank you for that. It's actually not a dress, it is a top. But did you want me to show you something funny? I didn't put my socks on though, so I don't really want to show you my feet, but um I find it funny. I was like, I was going to put on like my black leggings with it, like, my trouser legging things, because they're comfy, and I thought, I've already had my shower and I might have a bath again after, but probably not. And you're worth the wait. Thank you very much. And look, I put on my jammy bottoms that match. Like the jammy top's practically identical to this. So I just thought it was kind of funny. So Yes, it would make quite a nice dress, wouldn't it? But I've not got the legs for it. Like, yeah, depends if it was kind of a midi. But then I think if this was a midi maxi, it'd be a bit. Well, it already is quite mumsy, isn't it? It looks a bit mumsy. But I do like it though. It's pretty. It's pretty little frilly sleeves. But thank you for that. Um, um, right. What will we do? Yeah, I think we'll pull some of these. I think we will just go into doing a wee activation because I've got to do the Sagittarius one too. So it's like there's no. It was hot here, David. It's not actually that hot now, but like I keep saying, because I live up high, it's like the fucking. It's too hot. The energy's like The heat is rising. Hello, Renee. How are you doing? I got your email. Um, so I will get back to you when I get off of here. Um, right. So, and I've done us a wee special 7/7 portal live stream and a wee prayer circle there too. So, fucking let's go. Love it, Renee. Love it. Renee is in the membership, so she's got to use the unique emojis, which unfortunately they're so fucking tiny. But that says fuck it, let's go. I mean, guys, yes, I should change it because it's so tiny you can barely see it, but we're working with what we've got. Thank you for using it, Renee. Quite funny. The other ones are, if you want for banter, show them the other ones. The one about the inner child. I mean, there's just no point to it. You can't see what it says, but it says "love your inner child" or something. Right. Okay. So what have we got before I? So I'll end it with the wee, activation. Like I said, I might go into a mini shamanic journey for us and just see what comes through. So what have we got? Keeping in mind, yes, I'm doing the channel healing at the end. Mediumship, I'm being open to that. I think what I'm feeling what they might do is I'm going to take us at yeah, so there we go. We've got the first one is boom drop the mic, can't see it. The next one is the inner child one that's just words. It doesn't look like any in here. They're just so tiny. The next one, shit, the next one, spoiler alert, you can't make that out at all. I need to change these. The love one's alright, because you can see that it's a heart. Truth bomb, you can't make that out either. Can you see? Oh, so you can see that that says truth bomb. Can I just ask then, are you on laptops or phones? Can you see it better on the phone? Wait a minute, I'll look. Let's see if it turns out a little bit. Because I always say truth bomb. Basically, it's the things that I always say. That's why. Ah, yeah, it looks a bit better on the phone. Truth bomb's good. Fuck it, let's go's alright. The spoiler alert one's shite. You can't really tell. Like this is quite good because see what I mean? Like that's I've got a very critical eye for things like that. Like, I can give very direct if people ask for it. I wouldn't just give unsolicited advice, but it's like I can that because that's remember if you look at the rules, that's in the rules. Like I'm quite strict about my boundaries with that. Do you know what I mean? Because there's nothing worse. But on here, when people are coming here for support and stuff, it's when I'm giving it, it's like, well, you're coming on here. But um why did I even get into all of that? I can't remember. Why did I start saying all that shit? Why does that keep happening? I'm not liking this. I just keep completely fucking forgetting what I'm saying. I know that is an ADHD thing, but I don't actually do that much on here, but I'm floating off into Never Never Land. Anyway, moving on. So, death. Oh, lovely. What part of you or your habits need changing? Remember Bad Habits was a song on the telly. How do you feel disconnected with yourself and with others? Now that's interesting because is that not kind of similar to the one of the questions? It is, isn't it? Because it's how do I show love to myself and others? And what does my instinct say? What should I do next? That feels like what needs to change, what needs to go, what's making you feel disconnected from yourself and others. Have you been neglecting your physical and emotional health? Well, they're not going in with the fucking gentle stuff anyway. iPad and I can see Truth Bomb. Right, that's good to know. Android and you can see it. You're in yeah. Renee, I'm the same. I'm on the laptop and it is hard to see. So it must be harder to see on the when you're on the computer. But it's and that's what it is, you see. I made them on the phone. So I'll need to fiddle about it. Just could be even tomorrow. I'm not going to promise, but like tomorrow, if I remember, I might fiddle about and try like experimenting and seeing. Yeah, right. So what have we got then? What else? Yeah, I think when I go into the channel Teeling, I think the mediumship bit of papers come out because rather than me channeling a loved one in spirit to you, I think they want me to open the door, because I'm a bridge between heaven and earth, for you to talk with your loved one in spirit on the 7-7 portal because so many people always say to me, oh, I can't meditate, I've got ADHD, or I've got this, or I've got that, and I've never been able to meditate, or, I can't be hypnotized, and it's like, don't tempt me with a challenge. Like, I've never met anybody, and that's honestly true story. I've never met anybody yet that A, I can't get into meditation right away, and B, that I can't hypnotize. Cross my heart and hope to die. That's the truth. And anyway, if somebody wasn't open to hypnosis, it's you're blocking it off, It's not the hypnotherapist. But anyway, even the most I can get through to the most stubbornest big ego people. Sorry, but that's the truth. Or like because it's it's your fear, It's but the bigger the ego, the bigger the soul. So my ego death was a fucker too. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would um, yeah, like I was in my dark night of the soul for like I said, I can't even put a time on it. It was years. Um, and I just couldn't let go of what happened to me. Until I did. And thank God I did. Fucking hell. Thank God I did. But tempting you with a challenge, I'm a stubborn mule. Yeah, nah, but seriously, so we'll see anyway. You can let me know when I do it, but we'll do that at the end. So what else we've got here? Shadow work. I think this is the shadow work bit, so I'm going to put that bit of paper in there. These are some tough questions that are coming out that, like I said, you can just ask yourself or you can share. 5 grams of shrooms didn't even get me. Interesting. Well, do you know? Basically, I think you are new, so you wouldn't have heard me saying that. But I said it not that. It's funny, I said that only the other week that my energy is so strong with my Pluto 0 degrees in Scorpio in the 12th house, which is the subconscious, and it's collective energy too, that I personally feel that's why I'm not led to anything like that for myself because I don't need it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, before I come on here, I don't meditate or anything. Like, I could, but I don't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just go straight in to this energy because basically I'm in this energy all the time. But I just, open the sacred space and go in a bit deeper, really is the point, and then I close off. And, but, um, yeah, people have said to me that it's like on the Zoom sessions, it's like it does feel like you're in a massive trance, or you know what I mean? And these are not hypnosis sessions in the way that you'd know them. Because unless you've actually, because it matters what you book on the schedule, basically. You know what I mean? So always read what it says. Like, because if you actually book my hypnosis sessions, I will like email you to kind of ask, a wee bit more questions and stuff. Um, but yeah, once you've answered, what I want to know and stuff like that, yeah, you'll be hypnotized in no time. Most people go down like that. Um, but the thing is with me is like I said, even when I'm not meaning to, it just happens. Like again, one of the divine masculine males, I mean, you might be watching quietly or he'll come in and say hi if he's feeling like it. Like he even said that earlier, you know what I mean? That like my voice is very calming. Like so it's just I tend to put people in a very sleepy calm kind of state anyway, and that's like long before, going down the professional route of healing. So um why is that? Oh, that's telling me to do the. I better put that on again. That's kind of. I'm going to turn it off because that's disruptive, but it's telling me to do the star sign one. Um, I get hypnotized by your live sessions. Yeah, yeah. It's like the stories of when I've told that, like, when I was younger and I was going on nights out and we wouldn't have even had a drink yet. And there's one memory I just always have comes to mind. It was me and my two younger pals, and like, so we were fairly new to knowing each other. You've maybe known each other like 6, 9 months or something at this point, and we were going out and we were getting ready and we were excited. We hadn't even drank yet, and I was telling stories like what I tell on here, and they were both like totally hypnotized. Like, they were listening, like, and I suppose it's funny because they're a bit younger than me too. It was like, they were listening and they were like, "Fuck, stop, fucking, we need to just fucking snap out of this. I need to go for a shower. I need to fucking give me the vodka." Do you know what I mean? Because it's what I do. So it was just, more formal to go down the formal route of it all. But yeah, it's quite funny. And that's like a lot of people, what I mean? I've just come in with my past life gifts and then I've just homed them. I've just, perfected them. Not perfect in the way of, I'm definitely not perfect, but I have, with experience and knowing myself well, being very self-aware and experimenting with different things, I've found a flow that works for me. You know what I mean? I'm a divine feminine that's in my balanced energy. And so I can just sit here cross-legged and do my thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, what was this? So, can you hypnotize me to sleep in it? Oh, absolutely. There's already one on the Beck. Have you had a look? Do you know what I mean when I say there's a playlist and there is one for getting people to go to sleep. So yeah, try it. You said something about Sagittarius. Yes, I'm doing the Sagittarius ninth house live stream right after this. So it depends how long this next bit takes, but definitely by 9:30. I don't want to be starting. I didn't really want to be starting later than this, but shit happens. Um, but it can be for anyone. So we've all got Sagittarius somewhere. We've all got a ninth house. Um, but in personal session, even more so, because in a personal session, you can tell me what it is you're specifically struggling with. Absolutely. But if you're wanting just to try one of the ones that's free on the channel, there is one there. Um, your streams hypnotize me. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Right. Okay. So what have we got? Another one, and then I'll go into this. Lonely Boy, the Black Keys is on. So the Lonely Boy, maybe somebody could be feeling that sounds like an inner child or something, doesn't it? I don't know what that is. Love. Lonely Boy, that's interesting. 33, come to Jesus moment. Your relationship with yourself and others needs reassessing. Open up to love others. Wait a minute. Open up to love others by unblocking. Open up to love others by unblocking negativity. Oh no, it doesn't make sense. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. So I feel the negativity that some people are blocking and being cleared of is conditional, like connections, whether it's lovers, friends, family, where everything is like coming with at a price or coming at like coming at a price as it's costly, like your energy. It's like um because in truth, they're going to go down another route here. Your energy is priceless. So, that's what's kind of funny about all of this. It's like, it's so although, yes, when we've, because the Capricorn full moon is business, you have to be professional, you have to be business minded when you've got a business. Trust me, I've had to remind myself that over the years. But it's kind of like, in truth, our energy is priceless. It is, invaluable. It's very valuable. But energy wise, is it worth your time and energy being around certain type of people, or are they draining you? Is it all take, 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 and not a lot of getting back? Um, reassess all of this. Is that what your friendships are like? Is that what family are like around you? What is this song? This guy's dancing is hilarious. Um, is that what your love relationship's like? You know what I mean? Wait, YouTube is showing I viewed one of your videos before. I don't even remember that, but what you might have done is you've probably You've fallen asleep and it's rolled onto it. Like I've done that with it. I have to turn off that thing that's like it rolls. You know, you could wake up the next day and it's still fucking playing loads of shit. And you should never do that with anyone's really, not even mine, because it's like I say that about that playlist because so this is again, I say this all the time, but for people that need a reminder or new people, if you choose one of the things on the playlist, choose one of the things because they're all very strong, powerful energy that comes through, right? When I've channeled them, I don't do shamanic journeys a lot, and I'm trying to get in more of a flow of doing them a bit more frequently because I can't remember the last time I done one, right? Which is why I'm going to do one now. But again, I'm not, I don't like putting them sandwiched in all these bit, whatever. It's going to be one, I can tell. But um, pick the one you want to listen to, right? So, but then click out the playlist and then it'll be in your history and then click on it again. And that means, and as long as you've not got it rolling on to another one, when you finish, because you will fall asleep, trust me. If you don't fall asleep, don't beat yourself up. It's because you're extra stressed or you're extra suspicious and you're not relaxing. Most people, even the most stubborn of people, they do fall asleep. Because it's not just a meditation, it's an activation. Like I said, because I'm a hypnotherapist, even if I'm not intending it to be hypnosis, people just do, you know what I mean? They relax. Because basically, hypnosis is relaxation. And this is the thing I just want to explain about that too. A lot of people don't understand this. Even if you're getting officially hypnotized, your subconscious mind knows what to reject and what to take on. So you've always got the power. So any decent hypnotherapist will explain that to you. Do you know what I mean? Like in your personal session. So. Because it's a bit like as well, like, that's why if you were wanting hypnosis for something specifically, I would ask you a few questions beforehand, like, especially if I've never spoke to you before. But most people that want that, I mean, we've already had the beginners, the newbie session. Because, like, say you want to give up smoking, I want to know, like, are you really ready to do that? Because unless you're really ready to give it up, you're not gonna, it's not gonna work, you know what I mean? But by the time somebody gets to the point of doing that, you are ready to give it up. But same with all the stronger types of things as well, anything really. So, but also it depends as well with that many people on that many different types of medication here, there, and everywhere as well. Um, you know, you're not going to feel the benefit. So it's, different things factor into it. But yeah, I'm just sort of sharing that for anyone that's interested. So just, but like I said, there's loads of different things on the schedule. So just make sure you read what it is you're booking because that it will be what you book, you know what I mean? But I'll email you. And for like I've said to some people recently as well, but if you're in the membership, before you book something, always like email me just to say, and obviously, I know that you're in the membership, so I will send you a special link with the discount on that because people in the second level upwards get a discount on sessions. So if you didn't know that, and the on the higher levels you get a wee bit more of a discount too. But that's already a massive discount. Because when I was like, that's actually fucking loads. But I'm happy to do that because there's not loads of people in there anyway. And even if there was, it's yeah, I'm happy to do that for people. So right, um, love, but it's all about love, guys. With Venus and Gemini, Uranus and Gemini, it's all going on. Right, okay, so that's enough. So let's crack on with this. So just get comfy where you're at. I'm just going to make sure. Sorry, I just had to do that before it went off itself. Is it going to be that I am starting this right at my twin flames numbers? I think that is exactly what's going to happen. Um, Renee, you don't need to call yourself out on that one. You're like, Renee's like, I forgot. No, but the thing is, you see how when people forget things, as long as you don't throw yourself under the bus like Renee just done, it's helpful because it helps me address it for everyone else. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, it's not a big deal anyway if anybody does do that, but it's just but as I explained to Renee, I'm like, right, wait a minute, we need to sort this out because you could be doing yourself out the discount anyway. We will sort that out, but I'll email you back when but oh hello Brianna, how are you doing? Hey, I have to go to work. Just popped on and seen you were on and had to say hi and I love you and hello. I love you too and I miss you and I hope you're doing well. I will have the best day. You have the best day too, beautiful lady. Twin flame numbers. I know nothing about twin flames. When did I say twin flame numbers? What? What are you talking about? Did I say that? I didn't say that, did I? I do not know what you're talking about. Or are you asking me about twin flame numbers? What about it? I mean, twin flame numbers to me. Oh, right, sorry. No, bit slow there. And what's it? I specifically mean my twin flames like twin flame numbers to me are basically when I see my yeah, I know. Sorry. We're all types of confusing here, but this is energy. Let's blame Neptune retrograde. Um, I wasn't meaning twin flame numbers in general. I was meaning my literal yeah, don't worry, I'm with you. The chat's behind it because now it is. I just mean when I see the time at the numbers that remind me of him. That's what I meant by that. So it's not twin flame numbers. Um, that's what I meant. You know what I mean? Just to clarify. So your twin flame numbers could be your twin flame's birthday numbers. Either way, you know what I mean? Whatever way they are, whatever order. It's like you'll hear me say all the time if you're new, 18/4, because my birthday is fourth fuck I can't remember my own fucking birthday. Will I just go well I was about to say the fourth my birthday is the fourth month, but my birthday is in America 4/18 or 18/4, you know what I mean? So whenever I say 18/4 or 4/18, I know they're telling me something about either union or divine feminine energy. And some unique cases it could be unique to me, but most of the time that's what it means. And then when I see my divine masculine's numbers, whatever way swapped about, it's something to do with divine masculine, usually. Um, or sometimes it's going to be something about him, but do you know what I mean? I wouldn't call it if it's something to do with him. Like if it is something to do with him, I don't know it. I'm just, but that's what I mean. Does that clear up the confusion? We've missed his numbers now anyway. The moment has passed, but but I'm just saying it's kind of funny because I don't mean that, and they do it though. So that's what I'm saying is it's like I was meant to start doing this activation at my divine masculine's number. So let's get going because we're already a minute behind. So get comfortable, close your eyes, and breathing in, telling yourself relax, and breathing out, telling yourself release. And some of these questions that have come in late that are, comments, I'll read them at the end just so that we can get into this. Breathing in, relax, breathing in, release. But that is quite interesting because I noticed that too, that it's literally 21/12 I've started. So that is significant to when the apparent end of the world was. Because remember, it wasn't the end of the world as we know it. It was the end of the illusion, awakening wise. So a lot of us, myself included, not just twin flames, but I'm a twin flame and I'm a twin flame healer. Like I specifically was holding a rose quartz and a clear quartz crystal at that time, all that time ago, and I felt the shift in consciousness. So it was not only part of my shamanic journey, spiritual journey, and my twin flame journey, but because in 2012, I was like very deep in the feels and the heartbreak. And I was actually in the energy of not being able to, like, whenever I saw him, I actually just couldn't speak. Do you know what I mean? So I have got experience of knowing what that feels like for the masculine when you're confronted with your twin and you're like, I just can't speak, I can't, like, could you imagine me not being able to speak? What the fuck? But nah, I'm only joking. If people know me in my personal life, I'm not shy, but I'm selectively quiet. You know what I mean? Like I was shy in the past. I'm not shy now. But if I don't feel like talking, I'm not going to talk. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel the 2012 reference is like the Hopi prophecy, the Rainbow Warriors, the Mayan energy, because that's very much what I carry. So sorry, getting comfortable and breathing. Yes, no, just that's fine. No need to apologise, but just relax, everyone. So, hello Barbie. And Barbie, just settle into is anyone arriving, and if anyone arrives late, I'll just open my eyes down again and I'll just get them to join in where we are, where we're at if they want to. So yeah, breathing in, telling yourself relax, breathing out, giving yourself permission to release. So wherever you might have taken on someone else's stress today, other people's energy, you might have overdone it a little bit. Sagittarius moon can get us all a little bit overexcited. I would know. I am a Sagittarius moon. Conjunct the planet Uranus that everyone's making a big deal about right now because it's just moved 0 degrees. And also, if you know your astrology, you'll know the significance of this. Although it would mean different things to different people that do astrology. But, oh, I hope I haven't just confused the microphones. I just turned the other one on by accident. Anyway, the one I'm on still on. Um, yeah, if you don't know astrology as well, basically, the transit of Uranus going into Gemini. Um, I am just wait a minute, checking something right now. Basically with it being at 0 degrees, right, which is like, the 0 degree placement is a portal in itself. So when you carry these 0 degrees placements in your charts, it's very potent energy. So, it's quite good to know if you have any of these. And if you're wondering, like, I can look at this in your chart, but, I've got the 0 degrees Pluto and Scorpio that I mention all the time because, like I said, that is so rare that I've literally never met anybody else with it. I have met other 0 degree Scorpio placements elsewhere, but I have yet to meet anyone with Pluto 0 degrees. So that's what's important. Like, why is it that I get the darkest of the darkest stuff, the deepest of the darkest traumas to clear? It's because of that. I literally in that energy, in the 12th house, collective consciousness, people's deepest fears and deepest desires, your secrets, the 0 degree mark, and then also my 0 degrees Gemini, which is why this is important about what I'm saying, is in the 7th house, but literally then it boom into the 8th house. So it is like a my 0 degrees Gemini is like a portal guiding people. Now I've never described this word, but it's like a portal guiding people from the spiritual twin flame marriage to the sexual union in the 8th house. So you know what I mean? So it's like at the theatre or the cinema, I'm like the usher guiding you to your real union. Because again, I always consider the real union the 8th house, because marriage and soul contracts and, karmic connections and soulmates, everything like that is the 7th house. But the 8th house is those deep, meaningful bonds, those sexual unions, particularly. Now, it can be the ones you get caught up in that aren't forever too, but a lot of the time you'll find that people's twin flame energy, I feel anyway, can be in that 8th house. But as me being a twin flame healer, that's what I'm saying. It's important right now that Uranus, the Great Awakener, Uranus is the Great Awakener, is conjunct my Chiron, which is the wounded healer. But I am no longer a wounded healer. I have got my wounds and my fragility, as anyone else does, which we all need to be very, very mindful with healers, you know, because not even enough people say that or own it when you're a healer yourself. Just because healers are out there helping other people doesn't mean that we've not got our own stuff, our own childhood stuff, our own traumas, our own fragility. So we all need to be mindful about that with people. Nobody's perfect. But as healers go, I am less of the wounded and more of the empowered, and I'm able to empower others, inner child, and all the parts of you. So that's why I'm saying it's important because like we've got to take the opportunity when Uranus is in Gemini conjunct my Chiron using my healer voice to channel whatever's coming through because I'm just a channel for it. So again, I get geeky about it, but I like explaining it because it's like because a lot of people, again, you'll know this if you know astrology, when Uranus is conjunct your Chiron, people could be quite a mess right now. Like, a big, massive emotional mess. And I've definitely had my moments. Obviously, it wouldn't have been when Uranus was conjunct it because we've not had that unless you're 84. But 84 and older. I am an old soul though, so in other lifetimes I have went through this. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I've definitely had when the moon in Gemini, which is once a month, when the moon's in Gemini, when it conjuncts that, I can often be quite tired or I might not even be feeling too good. So, but yeah, I see it's quite a good sign that I'm feeling in my strength. So all of this matters that this is all coming through. So, 2012 was a huge awakening for me. Yeah, it was for a lot of people. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. Exactly. And that is, again, a lesson. That's been a lifelong lesson for me. Lifelong lesson. And I feel in the last 2 years I've really got a handle of it. But the thing that's important about that is, so remember, if you've never seen me do this, this is the clearing right now. So if you've opened your eyes, I might get you to close your eyes again because it's good that people are talking, but it'll get you more in your conscious mind. Is basic, because we'll talk at the end of it. But what was I going to say there? Yeah. I bet you look good on the dance floor as on Arctic Monkeys. Yeah. Okay. They're just telling me. I'm like, why am I not for it? But it's because we're meant to be doing right. I get it. Okay. So closing your eyes if you open them again. So I want you to imagine, keep it breathing in, telling yourself relax, breathing out, telling yourself release, breathing in, telling yourself relax, breathing out, release, and just continue to do that in whatever way is comfortable for you. And you can't really get it wrong. Just relax, basically. Listen to the words. And I just want you to imagine a cloud of mist forming above the top of your head. And that cloud of mist has the power to dispel any negative energies and entities and anything hanging about you that doesn't serve you. So anything of other people's stuff, like I already said before, so that must be important because I already said that bit. But anything of other people's stuff, if you've got any energy vampires around you, clearing all that energy, bringing it to your awareness if you need to be aware of any energy like that. Anything of the world energy, which can be incredibly draining. So be mindful of what you're consuming on social media, definitely on the news, because most of that is bullshit and lies but or how much you're taking on board of other people's stuff if you're being a friend to somebody or if you're a healer too, or whatever in whatever way, because we all can listen to others. And I'd say the majority, if not everyone that joins this, you're probably likely to be somebody, whether you're male or female, that has got a lot of time to listen to others. And again, I think they're pulling me to that question of how do you, because the question is, how do I show love to myself and to others? So see how they're working with that. So just sit with that question now that your eyes are closed. How do you show love to yourself? And how do you show love to others? But I kind of want to change the word into how do you show love to yourself after you've given out all that love to others? Just take a wee moment to sort of sit with that. And I want you to imagine that cloud of mist is now falling over the top of your head, falling over your soul star chakra, which is your unique sparkle, your unique energy that you came in here with. You came in here with a unique soul signature to shine your light, to be unique, to stand out. Some of you to stand out like a sore thumb, or to like a tall sunflower, a tall poppy, all these kind of things. A light warrior, a light worker, all these things that make me cringe, bit cheesy, all that kind of stuff, but it's true. You didn't come here to blend in. So where are you trying to dim your light to blend in? Like one of those cards on the light worker deck. So, and there's much more chakras than that, by the way. There's loads, but it's like these are the more commonly known ones. So then the energy travels down over your crown chakra, which I can really feel strongly today is very connected with it being the 7-7 portal and the seventh chakra usually being connected to the crown. The crown is, our connection to God, guides, whatever higher powers you resonate with, your, whatever energy most speaks to you. But where do you feel like your energy might be cut off at that? Like you feel a bit separated, because there are definitely things that have went over the last few years that you could have felt like your connection to that was a bit severed. So calling back that connection to your higher power wherever you might have felt like you're a bit cut off from that. If you can read between the lines of what I'm saying. If you can't, you're not meant to know what I'm meaning. Don't, again, so, I say it when it's needed that, like, everything I do is a light code activation. Literally, whenever you see me on here, whether it's a shorts or a video doing anything, cards or whatever, most of the time I've got cards. It's always a light code activation and it's always light language. So, like, I speak very much in metaphors and riddles. And so, if you can decode what I'm saying, most of the time I decode it for you, but if you can decode what I'm saying, you're meant to know. Those that don't get it, you're not meant to get it. And it disguises it, yeah, it disguises it for the people that are not meant to know what it's all about. And it's just basically that's how it is. That's how my light language comes through. Um, so. Now the energy is going down over the third eye. And again, so notice everything that I say is pulling in the bits and bobs of the people that are watching live and the people that choose to watch this on the replay. So there's just a bit of a chakra clearing needed. So it might just be the chakra clearing and I don't go into a shamanic journey, but I'm just going with the flow. But I wish they'd hurry it up because it's already 9:30, so I'm like, fucking hell. Right, so the energy is now going down over the third eye, clearing any confusion, illusion, anywhere where you might not be seeing clearly about the people around you, whether it's for a good, bad, or otherwise thing that you need to see. So whenever you need to be seeing clearly, we're asking that that energy comes in, that you're able to see what you need to see. Again, it reminds me of that card in the shamanic deck. Be grateful for the friend that shows you what you needed to see, but you perhaps didn't want to see. That's me. um, and so now the energy moves down over the throat chakra, which feels really important because Gemini energy is the third house, which is communication. So with Uranus striking that bolt of lightning into the Gemini energy, it really could be awakening a lot in the throat chakra. As well as I can feel a lot of heart activation going on as well. But which I think feel is why they made me wear red, because red, the colours that they make me wear, the words, everything. If I wear t-shirts with words and stuff, like it all matters. So I feel all the red, especially if, because I've got the jammy bottoms that are red too. It's like grounding, roots. There's a lot of grounding needed with this powerful light code activations and the energy that's flooding in right now for the people awakening. So we're all awakening at different levels. That's like even if you've been on your ascension awakening journey for years and years and years and years and years, you're always going up a gear, you're going up a level. But some people are just starting to spiritually wake up and it's a bit more scary. So grounding is needed. So if you're somebody that has been spiritually awake for a lot longer, rather than be uppity and a bit of a, excuse my language, a bit of a dick, try to be more humble about it and assist and support people that are a bit, you know, spiritually sleepy or not really getting it, a bit confused. You know what I mean? So, um, now the energy falls down over the higher heart chakra, where we call on Saint Germain the violet flame to cleanse, clear, and delete any previous requests that no longer serve your highest good, to make way for it will serve your highest good and the highest good of all involved across all time, space, dimension, versions of self. Calling on that for your true twin flame as well, asking for their higher self's permission. Like I always say, there's not really any reason why someone's higher self would reject that healing. It's the ego, if their ego is still in that place rejecting it. But it's always just good practice, because if you're ever wanting to do anything like that yourself, say for instance you're wanting to have a conversation with someone, but you're wanting to talk to them like before you actually literally do it, it's always just wise to ask the person's higher self, is it, can I talk to you like that? Because, otherwise it's an invasion of that kind of space. So it's always just good practice. Like I said, Matt, the way I teach everything, you'll notice that whenever I'm doing the free cards once a month on the Leo moon, or randomly when I decide to do that, I always ask, do you actually want a card? I don't just assume because people are saying hi, they want a card. Um, and again, it is a bit different because many people work in different ways. So if people work like that, it's fine, because some people might have rules that the minute you say hi, it is just that's a given that you do want a card. But because that isn't totally the way that I work, like I said, I always just ask people, because you just don't know where someone's at. They might not be in a place where they're going to be able to listen to the message or be present enough. But again, most of the time, to be honest, whether it's on mine or other people's, yeah, everyone always wants a card usually. So, but yeah, it's always good to ask permission. Again, it comes back down to that unsolicited advice thing. It's good to recognise when to hold space for someone, both offline and online, when they don't need you to fix it or come up with a solution. They just need you to empathise and be there. And where appropriate, depending on the connection with the person, they might need a hug. They might need you to hold their hand. They might need to fucking cry in your lap all night. I don't know what the connection is. But it's very important that you know the boundaries of the person or the people or your own boundaries, because not everybody likes their hand held, not everybody likes a hug. So, it's all these things matter. So all of this must be very important. That's coming up at the higher heart chakra. So we're also calling on the energy of the twin flame of Saint Germain, Lady Portia, which is about legal justice, karmic justice, and the karmic justice and the Lady Portia and Saint Germain energy are very strong right now, because the Capricorn full moon in a few days is to do with karma and things like that. So I feel their energy is very strongly around. And if you're new, these are my top, some of my top guides that I work with. So, and these guides are guides of the twin flames as well. So again, that's it all connects with the stuff that I do, people. So, and again, by the way, can I just say I didn't get that from reading the card decks. Like, I channeled that, and then interestingly enough, like, these cards sort of came out coinciding with. So it was quite interesting the way, like, I got things, yeah, over the years in meditation. That was kind of weird, but that's what's cool for yourself when you know it's like, shit, this shit is real. Like I've said before, I channeled once in a shamanic group about Mount Shasta, and I had literally no idea that Mount Shasta was connected to Saint Germain. I mean, now, but like I found out that out after, and I was gobsmacked. So that's when you know it's like, wow, this shit is really real. But anyway, but again, there's loads of oracle cards on that can tell you that now. But just to be clear, I didn't get that from that. I've been channeling that for years. So, so now the energy moves down over the heart chakra, calling in unconditional love, exactly where you're at right now. Call in that unconditional love for exactly where you're at right now. You're worthy, you deserve it. Just allow that to come in and settle in at your heart. Does that make you feel uncomfortable when someone says to you that you're worthy of love and that you deserve love and that you are loved? And you don't need to answer, it's just things to think about. If you're truly relaxing, you should have your eyes closed anyway. I don't like saying the word should, but in this case, it would benefit you more to have your eyes closed. But you're free to do what you want. So, because I'm free to do what you want to do. Or is it you're free? That just popped into my head. You got to live your life. Do what you want. That's definitely Uranus and Gemini. Wow, as I'm singing that, right, which remember it's at the heart chakra, I looked up and there's a spider. So again, spiders can be signs of the ancestors, and it's ran away as soon as I've said that. But it can also be a sign of black magic and spell work. So I feel that's why they're wanting me to use the energy of this to be clearing some of this, because everything I do is clearing that energy, but I can just tell the way that sort of popped in. So now the energy. So again, yeah, because it was at the heart, I feel someone's heart was blocked. That's what it was, and it's not just someone; it'll be whoever connects with this, male, female. There was a blockage at the heart chakra that's been done through some type of spell work, manipulation. Because again, spell work is exactly the same as manipulation. People do spells, they do. People do curses, spells, things like that. It's real. If you think that's not real, you really need to go and do some research. It's true. Um, and because again, casting a spell on someone can just be like, so say, years ago when you're younger or something, somebody said you're never going to amount to anything. That's casting a spell on someone. That is like putting a curse over someone because somebody could really take that in and believe it and carry it around. So that's why people like shamans that clear heavy energy and stuff like myself, it's important, that you recognize because if you're somebody that can take that or and be like, oh, that's a load of shit, and you've cleared it and you genuinely, you've not let it sink in, then no problem. You don't need that healing. But not everyone can do that. So, it's important to know what I mean when I say these things. Whether you see it as the hocus pocus kind of spells and whatever else, or manipulation, like narcissists saying, like, look, because somebody's right in here. My ex told me no one will ever love you. Exactly, Beck. And Beck, how are you still typing when you're meant to have your eyes closed? Something tells me your ego is resisting the relaxation, but it's totally fine if you want to. But you know what I mean? That's exactly what I mean. Like people from your past that have maliciously said things like that, they can stick for you. I've met so many women and men that have been spoken to like that from past partners, present partners in some cases, family members, friends, friends in inverted commas, all of that stuff. You've no idea how much that stuff can stick. So that's why we have to be extra mindful of our words. Um, I'm always resisting. I keep opening my eyes. That's all right. Listen, you're a rebel with a cause. Just you do you. Um, but so yeah, so that's all quite strong stuff that's coming through there. So that's all at the heart. So like I said, I feel there's been some kind of words that have been cast over people in the past, however long ago or recent, that's what we're clearing at the heart chakra with this energy. So I'm actually just going to light the sage, and so as I'm doing this, if you're open to it, I'm sending that healing. So so if you're connecting with what I'm saying, just take a deep breath in, and on the out breath, just choose to release all the horrible memories or things that might be coming up to do with things that people have said to you. Just release it on the out breath. And just ignore the part of your conscious mind that's like, oh, what's that going to do? That's going to just go with it. Because, like I've explained, when I'm doing the daily trauma release videos just now, which I'll probably stop around the 22nd or 23rd of the month when we move into Leo season, um, I'm holding the intention of doing them every day, that it's releasing things that need to be released for people. So, but you've got the power to your intention to release that now in this energy when we're in this space. If what I was saying resonated. So, he also told my sister my mum never loved me. He also told my sister, never loved me. He only met my sister twice and never met my mum. She'd been gone for years. I broke up with him after he said that. Sorry, need to let that out. No, don't be sorry. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? This is what I mean. This is a safe, sacred space to be able to do that, and that'll help other people. So that's what I mean about like I'm not that strict with it. Like, if you clearly your soul wanted to release that there. So just like I said, like I've explained to people, for people that are newer, but people that need a reminder of this, this is the next best thing to a shamanic circle. If we were all in a sacred circle right now, that would be you holding the feather or the talking stick to share, you know what I mean? So if things like that, if you want to and you're comfortable to, but just always be mindful of, that you're not going to be uncomfortable about that being sitting there. But this is the thing that's so strange about me, that like, yes, I do hold things like this in private. Um, but the majority of my work is actually stuff that's meant to be out here in public because so many people need stuff like this. So that's just always the way it's been. Right, so and again, if you want that more one-to-one and you don't even want a private group, obviously we do much deeper stuff than this in a private session. Actually, when I said it's hard to show people what happens in a private Zoom, this can be pretty close to it. It's just this is like a group experience, but just imagine how much more emotional it can be one-to-one. So anyway, that's all at the heart. So now the energy moves down over the solar plexus, calling back your power wherever you've given your power away, knowingly or unknowingly, across all time, space, dimension, versions of self. Calling that back. And as we're calling back your power, we're also calling back your twin flames' power wherever they need to call it back to. And you're not doing it for them. You calling your own power back is reminding them to call their power back. Because if you're true twin flames, that happens naturally anyway. It doesn't happen right away either, so you got to be patient. But as long as you're putting that intention out. Right, so now the energy goes down over the sacral chakra, where again you're calling back your sacred sacral chakra energy, calling it back purified of wherever it needs to be because, well, pointing out the obvious, but if you're calling back your sacral chakra energy from past karmic people that you've been, exes and stuff like that, or even just people you've had fleeting whatever with, you want to call back your energy, but calling it back, cleansed and cleared of all the stuff that isn't yours, basically. But wherever your energy is scattered, we're calling that back. And now, so again, this is, like I said, I didn't quite know which way this was going to go, but this is actually, we've not even got into the shamanic journey. Everything I hold is shamanic journey, but you know what I mean? We've not got into the bit that I would guide us into the journey part. But we're doing a big chakra clearing here, pulling back the parts of your, so we're basically, everything I do is soul retrieval, but I can tell it's a bit stronger. So now the energy is going down to your root chakra, calling in grounding, safety, security, praying for your financial abundance, your divine inheritance to come in where you deserve it, and you do deserve it, especially if it's been held from you. If there's been any kind of spells or root work is a thing too, if people have been fucking about with your root chakra. Again, anybody now, the girl in the spider's web. I don't know what film that is, but it just flashed up on the telly. So I think they're telling you anybody that does any type of root work, anyone that might lurk on here, anyone that does that to anyone, whether it be myself, because believe me, people do shit like that to me, um, or others, there will be repercussions for that karma wise. So you couldn't, the timing of that was crazy. The girl in the spider web came up the telly. I think that's what the spider was in the window too. But so again, we're just wherever anyone has fucked with your finances like that, we're just calling it that it's going to backfire. And what I mean is, wait to hear what I'm going to say, because I am absolutely not somebody that condones. I don't even like repeating it, but I can't stand when people send the energy back to people. The only energy you should be sending back is send prayers for people to heal that do horrendous stuff like that to people because they've got to be deeply unhappy to do stuff like that to others. But that is jealousy. Jealousy is one of the worst illnesses ever. Jealousy, yeah, evil as well. It just depends on how far that stuff goes. But we send healing to whoever and all that might connect with it. Must be in the air for it to be coming through. Um, But yes, calling on your abundance to come in, for the flow of your abundance to be flowing in, whether it's money, happiness, love. I want to say joy, but happiness is joy. Whatever it is that's been blocked to flow into you. And again, I do feel for a lot of people it's because someone's made you feel, or you've allowed somebody to make you feel like you're not worthy, and it's blocking in some sort of flow. So if it's not your money, it's love that should be coming to you. If you feel like you've got the love, you got the love. It's your money. Something's blocked off there, and it's like I said, it's a combination of taking in limiting beliefs that don't serve you, people doing actual spells, manipulation, or people darker things that people do. We're clearing it all. So now that we've called in that energy to balance you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, we're calling in those prayers on all those levels for whatever all your personal prayers are. And if you want more personal sort of experience of that and being able to tell me what your private prayers are, then you can join us in just the first level of the membership, and it just gives us a wee bit more of a private space. But like I said, if you aren't, able to do that, it's the healing is here as well. So now the energy goes down, 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 all the way down to the bottom of Mother Earth, through the roots of your trees that come out your feet, going down, 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 all the way down to the bottom of Mother Earth, however you imagine that to be. And we're going to release, release, release down to the bottom of Mother Earth. Release that down. Let go of that, whatever you were holding on to. Because I feel some people are holding on to some toxic energy that isn't serving you. Let it go. And then you can further focus on letting it go with the full moon later on in the week. And we cut the cords of fear, lack, and negativity of Archangel Michael to the old earth that's crumbling. They've been crumbling for a long time and it's looking ugly. Weather-wise, energy-wise, people-wise, yeah, it's happening. And so we keep the lessons but let go of the pain. So wherever you're ready to stop repeating the same karmic lessons with the karmic people, just choose to let it go. And don't be surprised when your life really shifts up and changes energy. Because Uranus and Gemini is going to change up stuff anyway. Especially if it's in your seventh house of relationships. If it's in your seventh house or even your eighth house or really anywhere in your chart, but the seventh house is relationships of all sort of kinds. So contracts and stuff like that too. So a lot of karmic marriage stuff could be breaking down and stuff too. So now the energy, we now connect the new chords to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of the masculine and feminine. So there's a song that just popped up that said an honest mistake. So that's got to be relevant to some people when I've just said that about the soul contracts and an honest mistake. So again, somebody could have been manipulated into something that wasn't for their highest good, but was to learn some kind of karmic lesson. So, that might be you, that could be your person, that could be for like a couple of people or one in particular. We'll just, you can let me know if that was you. So, now we connect, of course, to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of your inner masculine and feminine, and pull up whatever it is you feel you need from the new earth energies. Just whatever it is you feel you need today. Ground in. If you're in a place of lack or struggling financially, just set the intention to pull up that energy, pushing away anything that's telling you, oh, but what's that going to do? No, no. Be open to miracles. That's what this is all about. One of the many labels and things that I do is I'm a womb healer. So I cleared energy at the sacral chakra. Obviously, the guys haven't got wombs. They try to tell you different out there in this crazy world, but you've got a sacral chakra, guys. And we cleared energy that we store at the sacral, and that makes space for more miracles, And also, if you've got physical pain, like we saw with some people in the last few months, Renee's had, things on here, or we've done things together, like it's amazing when people update. So thank you, Renee. And whenever anyone else has done that, just push aside the doubt and the worry and the fear and amazing things can come about. So just take a moment to be silent in that energy. And I'm just gonna now, we may as well just for the last 10 minutes. I can't believe I've taken that long. The Sagittarius one might only be an hour now because I've taken it, but it's as long as what it's meant to be. We're just I'm going to get you to imagine that there's a doorway. So there's a door to the shamanic journey. Now, if you do my shamanic journeys fairly often or you've done them before, you'll know that this is usually I see a big brown oak, a big brown door, or actually sometimes I don't even specify, but however you see it, but I'm seeing a big oak heavy door with a big heavy handle. And this is the door to the shamanic journey. And the intention for this shamanic journey, because you should always have a strong intention. The strong intention, there's Renee saying, still healing from that. The strong intention is we're going in this shamanic journey on the 7-7 portal when it's telling me 7 people are watching, but it's so funny because more might be watching, but it's saying 7 right now. And the intention is for people to receive whatever it is that they're divinely meant to have at this time that may be being blocked by spell work, manipulation, dark energies or entities, being under some type of illusion. So that's the general intention. So, and just, yeah, to receive whatever gifts it is we're meant to get. So, I want you to stand at that door. So, this is for those of you that haven't done the shamanic journeys before. So everyone else basically call on your power animal, so you'll know who your power animal is. But for the people that haven't done this before, when I say call on your power animal, before your mind starts racing away, like, blah, 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 I don't know what it is, blah, 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 what does that even mean, and blah, 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 like, what animal popped in your head? And again, when I'm asking you that, you don't need to open your eyes and put it in the chat, just to yourself, because you can say after, but it's important just to relax. Go with the first animal that comes to you. And it might be like the most randomest kind of like, what? That's not my favourite animal, or why have I got an animal that I'm scared of? But just go with it and just notice it. But just know that whatever animal has come that's there to protect you as we go on this journey. And when I say journey, it's literally going to be quite a short one, but they're guiding me to do it. So, because the whole thing has been a journey and experience. So, you've got your power animal beside you, whether you're aware of what that is or not, just trust. And for extra security and support, my bouncer power animals are there. My tiger and my wolf and my jaguar and my bear, and I could go on and on and on. You get loads of big power animals that are protecting the space. But I'm just mentioning it because you might see or feel the kind of wolf and the tiger around, because that's my animals that are protecting the space. But be mindful that a lot of you actually connect with tigers and wolves and stuff yourself anyway, but you'll know if that's you. So it's just that, that could be my energy sort of protecting the space. So now we go through the door with that intention and our power animals closing the door behind us, and we reach the rose quartz path of unconditional love. So with every step that you take along the I'm just laughing at you there still. God, we've got a lot of what's the word? Yeah, just people that are like kind of, want to stay very alert, but there's no wrong and right round here, so just do your thing. You chatters, people still chatter sing about. Um, so maybe that's because the chat's that slow. Maybe you done that before I said that, but anyway, it's fine. So, but again, you would get so much more out of this if you just refrain from chatting just now, because the more you chat, the more you're going to fall into being too in your conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? So, not putting you in hypnosis, but it's like, to relax more. Just chill, girls. And guys out there that are not doing it. So, going through the door, closing the door behind us, knowing that we'll return after we've done this. And you were all meant to be here, especially the people that are live. You're all meant to be here for this. Whether you're keeping your eyes closed or open them and chat, it doesn't really matter. I'm holding the space. It's all meant to be. And whatever anyone's people have been saying anyway, it's all relevant. None of it's wrong. No, it can't be wrong. It's all part of the experience. That's what makes a good guide and a teacher, by the way. Do you know what I mean? Notice I'm saying to people, nobody's doing anything wrong. It's just I'm saying for your own good. Oh, how interesting, Stockholm syndrome. That's just come on the telly news. But you know what I mean? See what I mean? That's fucking weird. That's what I'm clearing. People that have been under a spell. It's like really nuts. It's like a song on the telly. I don't even know what it is. It's Muse. Um, yeah, that's a sign of a good teacher, somebody that can hold all the energies, and all this stuff. It's like if you were at a group and everyone was all talking and it wasn't quieting down. You couldn't just be like, shut up, everyone. Well, you could, but you might get a few people want to fucking leave. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got to be able to do that in a skilled way. So you'll know if you've ever been on group Zooms with me, right? I've had the most funniest experience in membership groups where people are just hysterically laughing. And that is a sign of like a kind of mania that's got into the group. And it's like you need to kind of dispel that by breaking up the energy. And so only somebody that's done a lot of group things like that would know what I'm talking about. But again, so if anyone does stuff like this yourself and you need a teacher, a mentor for you as a teacher or a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I am as well, a teacher and a guide and a mentor for other people that help people. So, right. So, um, just for whoever needed to hear that, that came in. So we're walking along the rose quartz path of unconditional love, taking up all that unconditional love for wherever you're at in this now moment, knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. And this is the point where we reach the little chakra bridge. And the little chakra bridge is a little chakra bridge. It doesn't need to take ages because this whole thing has been a big chakra clearing. So you walk over the chakra bridge, clearing your chakras, sparkling up your chakras where they've already had that energy cleared if you're open to it. And you're each other side of the bridge. And then on the other side of the bridge, this is where we find the old oak tree beside the humble bench. And if you see something else, go with it. That's your creative mind. You're going off in your own little place, and maybe you're like that in your everyday life. Maybe you choose to do your own thing. Go with it. Don't try to push that away. But for those of you that like to be guided into that place, imagine the old oak tree with the bench. So I want you to just so whether you're imagine that or anywhere else, just take a seat wherever you are. I just want you to just be really quiet in this space and just get comfortable imagining yourself on this bench by the tree, or if you're just chose to sit down on the grass or a beach or wherever you're at. And I'm not going to make this bit again, we're in shamanic time anyway, but I'm just not going to make this too much longer of our earthly time. I just want us all to call on, if you're open to it, a loved one in spirit. Because I'm channeling this on the Mediumship Monday, a loved one in spirit that you've been putting your thoughts out to. And in some cases, I'm hearing pleas for help about whatever different things will be for different people. But we're inviting in a loved one in spirit to come and sit with you on that bench. And this is, so those of you that are, watching silently or on the replay or live, you might see why I'm inviting you to just, let that side of your active brain slow down a little bit so that you can really feel into this. Because if you stay too alert, you're not going to be able to do that as well as you could. But even if you feel like nobody's coming, just keep your eyes closed and just sit on the bench and just notice any sensations that you feel around your body or thoughts that might be popping into your mind, because that's your claircognizance, your clairsentience, the feelings that you're feeling. Parts of your clairaudience, you might be hearing songs, or you might be hearing a loved one in spirit singing to you. You might be hearing them saying something to you. Clairvoyance, you might be having activity at the third eye because what I found is a lot of people can actually block off their clairs because they're so focused on seeing something. And you're missing the point that your clairs that might be already active could be different clairs. And I am a master of the clairs. I don't need to point that one out. Uh, and I go deeper into this when I do the activate your clear zooms. So I feel like I'm going to be launching that again quite soon. But I'm just going to stay quiet for a moment. And again, just like I said, just exactly what I said. Just notice if you're feeling anyone around you. And if you're not, don't worry. They're just getting you used to being in that energy. It's like what if you've heard the term mediums sit in the power. Just don't pay any attention to me. I don't sit in the power because I don't need to because I'm a medium and I'm a shaman. So that's I'm not a good example of that. But if you're solely doing mediumship and mediums that weren't shamans, mediums sit in the power. You've got to build up that energy and connection to the spirit world. But when I'm doing this, I'm like a what's the word? Like a shortcut, to be able to, to get used to it, to do it. So clairvoyant, sorry, eyes goes that's hilarious. No need to be sorry, it's all a learning experience. Um, so yeah. So again, just a few more minutes longer. And the thing is, see if you're not hearing or experiencing a loved one in spirit saying anything to you, they might just be giving you a word. For those of you that this might be really hard, just ask for a word, right? I know what they're doing. Ask for a word from them. Just go with the first thing that's coming to you. And please don't write it, right? Because I'm going to do something after. So don't write down the word. Just know what it is for you. There'll be space to tell me if you want to after, but please don't write it because it'll spoil what I'm going to do. But ask them for a word. And for those of you that might be getting more than a word and they're having a good old chin wag, you might even be shocked at how much they're talking. Some people will be having that experience, trust me, because there's always people that have things like that happen. Might not be right now, might be people in the replay, might be months from now, maybe even years from now, but there will be people that have that. People that listen to my stuff all the time will probably have that. But if they're not even giving you a word, are some of them flooding you in a colour? Pay attention to what the colour might be. Again, you can tell me the colour after. Don't do it now. You don't need to either. And if you're not getting anything, just allow yourself to sit in that energy and receive the healing because there is healing coming to you. It's, because it's healing just to be able to close your eyes. It relaxes your nervous system. That's why, if you're, I don't know, doing something in daylight and you need to like different types of gentle exercises, a lot of kind of somatic stuff, or you need to relax your nervous system, just actually putting your hands over your eyes, like, because I'm doing it now, so like just put your palms over your eyes, and because it's blocking out all the light, you do begin to relax more, and that's why I know this is totally obvious what I'm saying, but like the next bit, but I can't sleep without an eye mask at night. And when I go into these wee stories, it's part of it. I'm going to tell you the funniest thing. I used to, when I was younger, when my twin flame friend was staying over fairly regularly, I didn't have the eye mask. I don't know why I didn't have an eye mask, but I hadn't really, I don't know, I just hadn't ever thought to get one because I hadn't pieced it together. But I used to sleep with this beanbag thing on my, my face. So do you know what I mean? Like when I was trying to go to sleep, which I was never really asleep, I would put this like beanbaggy cushion thing And and this is how long he was in my life because I had a blue one and I had a leopard print one. I had to chuck the blue one out because it was just getting old and it was because he always used to fling it over the other side of the room. Do you know what I mean? But it was like it was he used to laugh too because I would find it and he'd wake up in the morning and I'd have that thing on my head. So that memory is coming back to me right now. But yeah, but the point is it was obviously because it was blocking out the light, and that bedroom was really annoying because the curtains were shite, and it was like, yeah, the light would just stream in. It was like the last thing you want with a hangover and whatever. But so anyway, but the point is with the funny little story that they added in, because it is a Sagittarius moon, and Sagittarius moon is about making people laugh, and it's about banter, right? And I am a Sagittarius moon. And mine conjuncts Uranus, so I'm pretty random. So the random stories are part of, that's part of me. If you follow any healers or like tarot readers or whatever you want to call themselves, you'll notice that it's quite common that Sag Moon people like to tell me stories. It's part of our nature. So anyway, so with that being said, I'm now just going to get you to just, release whoever came to talk to you there, right? Now, if it wasn't a loved one in spirit, maybe a guide came forward, but they told me to home in on loved one in spirit. For some people, by the way, I wouldn't be surprised if you would actually had a feeling of Jesus around you, or Jesus and Mary Magdalene, because the guided eyes to my other phone being 33%, and now it's quickly changed. So 33 is always a number for Jesus for me. So or whatever it means to you. Maybe someone is 33 or something, but so and I just want you to stand up and just again release whoever came to speak to you and just thank them for coming forward and just, be open to coming back to do this again. Either the same one like on the replay or, whenever I do this again, or we can do it one to one. But yeah, just it's good that you even took part in it. So for now, we're just going to leave that at that, and we don't need to know exactly what happened there. But before we go, we're not going to go yet. I want you to just imagine that there is energy floating above your head, and this energy, like I'm seeing it as like like the glitter emoji I like to use all the time when I write magic and stuff like that. It's like glitter, the gold glitter, but just I'm seeing it as like a glittery energy that's floating above the top of your head. And this glittery energy is whatever uniquely is rightfully yours that is meant to come into you at this time on the 7/7 portal. So whether that's got something to do with your twin flame journey or not, you'll know. But it's something that is meant to be yours by now, and it's the way has been getting blocked. So like I said, don't hold on to it having to be something about you and your twin flame. This could be you are a twin flame if you're listening to this, unless you're one of the people that isn't, So it's something just by the fact that you're a true twin flame, it's something about the twin flame journey. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's something that's meant to be rightfully yours that's been getting held back by people's negative energy from the past or the present, or just the energies at large and the macro level that stop you coming into your power, especially because that Stockholm syndrome thing jumped up on the telly. That was a bit creepy. We're clearing all that spell work or manipulation. So just imagine that little gold glitter or whatever color the glitter is, because it's kind of changing color for me, and just imagine it floating down, and that's symbolic of the light code energy activations that are unique to you that are flooding in. So they're making me do really weird stuff in my hands, but I'm just going with it. So this is symbolic of all that energy coming in, whoever wants to receive it. And again, we don't need to know exactly what this is. All we know is it's something it's soul retrieval. It's bringing back something that's meant to be ours. It's a part of your soul that's been getting held back. And so now I want you to just imagine that that is now whatever, you were imagining glittered or whatever, even if it was something different, imagine that's now settled down through the top of your head, your crown chakra, because it feels really important today, and down, and it's settling into your heart. Because remember, there was a lot of healing that needed done at the heart for people listening to this. So that is, you've pulled back a part of your soul at your heart. So if your heart felt blocked off there's something that's cleared the energy there and you've pulled something back. So just be mindful that for the 3 weeks exactly from today, you could, over the next few weeks, you could be more emotional than you usually are. And that's part of the integration. So it's like when Renee said, she's still healing from what we've done. And we've got another session soon. It's like, that was a few months ago. So it's like Renee's needed to clear and release and let that go. And I'm only saying Renee because she said in the chat. But it's like that's what you would all need to do, whether you had a personal session or whether it was something that, on the free playlist there. It's equally as powerful. Obviously, it's always going to be a next level up when you're doing that with me one to one. But people do have very powerful experiences there. But this is what I'm saying. Like this, if you chose to accept this energy, it is you'll feel the difference. Something's cleared there from the past, and you've called back some type of energy. So again, if you're watching this in the replay, definitely let me know. 3 weeks from now, come back and update if you've noticed a sort of shift in your energy and stuff, or let me know privately. But I'm just checking. So 1, 2, 3. So that would be the 28th of July. So we'll look out for Mediumship Monday, 3 weeks, if I remember. Somebody else probably remembered before me. But right, so for now, though, that's enough. So I'm going to guide us out of here. And I might actually need to go for a wee pee break right after this before I do Sagittarius because I've been drinking that water. So, keeping your eyes closed and I want you to walk away and remember to be really, really kind to yourself because when we do soul retrieval, especially if that's the first time you've ever done that, that is not just a meditation. It is a shamanic journey, it is a soul retrieval, it's light code activations, it's strong energy, especially on this portal energy. So just don't be like, oh yeah, yeah, whatever. It does do stuff. It's reminding me of there's a review I sometimes post. I think I might post that after for, yeah, people feel it. Um, so just be gentle with yourself. You've called back energy that was, it's again, the other term for it is disassociation. You were disassociated and now you've called back that energy. So, which is why I have a unique perspective on what some other health professionals call things because some labels that people sometimes put on different disorders and stuff, I've had a different experience. Like some things that people experience that they're told they can't heal from and they need pills to numb it out and all that kind of stuff. I've been able to help people with this healing alone. But what I sometimes often say is things like different medications can actually prevent the healing from coming in. So again, but it's, personal responsibility. You've got to know your own situ and that stuff that we could talk about privately if that bit resonated anyway. But so they guided me to say it because again, if people really aren't feeling anything, I kind of know without even telling me that you must be on some type of medication that's interfering with. So anyway, so now I want you to walk away from that feeling happy, excited. You don't a lot of you don't know what the fuck just happened there, but you do feel like something shifted. And like I said, just be patient and just notice what happens over the next few weeks. And just be aware that as we're doing the twin flame trauma release for the next few weeks, and because we've just done this on top of it, and because we're in Cancer season alone, which is about trauma, yeah, you could find yourself towards the end of the month, being, releasing quite a lot, but it's healthy. When you cry, it's healthy to release. So especially if you don't cry very much and you've needed to unblock your heart chakra, you know what I mean? I want us to start singing Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Tony Braxton. Right, so um I couldn't help myself there. So, but that probably will be relevant to someone at some point. So, oh, actually, I suppose, yeah, I could see it would fit. So now walking away from that, feeling excited, walking over the chakra bridge, sparkling up your chakras, thanking your guides, angels, ancestors, love and spirit, power animals, light beings, whoever came to help, particularly the loved one in spirit that came forward for whoever connected with that. Even if it's like one person, but it'll be more than one person. And walking along the rose quartz path of unconditional love, taking up all that unconditional love for exactly where you're at in this now moment. Ready to come through the door, keeping your eyes closed though, and we're going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 2, you're going to think about opening your eyes. You're going to open the door and you're going to close the door when I say 1 and open your eyes wide awake back on the Zoom. And then I'm going to run for a pee. Well, I'm going to chat for a bit. I'm going to run for a pee, and then we're going to come back and we'll probably do an hour, but I don't know, might be 2 hours, fuck knows. So at the door, ready to come back now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Opening the door to the shamanic journey, closing it behind you. 1, open your eyes, wide awake, wide awake. I guaranteed there's always someone will fall asleep, either live or on the replay. Someone will have fallen asleep, and that's all right. If you've fallen asleep, just sleep peacefully and wake up tomorrow whenever you were planning to with your alarm. Right. But if you are alert and awake, let me know, because I'm just going to go right into I need a snack and a nap now. See, we've all reverted to inner child state, really. Me too. I need a snack and a nap too, right? But I am not snacking because I'm out of that. I am trying to stop eating at a certain time, and I'm sticking to that. But I am going to drink more water, and I definitely need a pee because of how much water I've drank. But right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some words out, and so this will be kind of nuts. So don't tell me your word. I suppose you actually could, because I'll pull it out of the thing. But at some point, whether it's one of your words, now if it's one of your words live, mind blowing. But it wouldn't be the first time they mind blow with stuff like this. But even if it's someone on replay, so if one of your words comes out, let us know. You don't even need to let us know what the word was, but just let me know, because I'm intrigued, because it was just they guided me to do that. So just at the last minute. Yeah, now be mindful. You know how you're saying you're parched? Be mindful of that, because um like because of this being like because I know I keep using the word powerful, it annoys me, but I'm not kidding when I say that. Like the energy that I channel, it is really strong. Like I said, I'm a shaman, but I'm also a Reiki master, and even my own Reiki master said to me many, many years ago, whatever I do, it's spiritual healing, you know. And that wasn't what she taught me. So I always think that was quite funny that she'd even said that. It's yeah. So it's like I pull energy out of people, and then I channel in the energy that you need. So it's like the Green Mile I've always said. It's like I feel energy being drawn out, and then I put it in. So basically, the point is you do need to drink loads of water and get loads of rest. This ain't stuff to be played about. It is real. Uh, but wasn't expecting to get anything when you said to ask the person for a word or something, but I did. Yeah, I knew you were gonna, and I knew you weren't expecting to. But that's what I mean. I love when people like that get stuff. They're fucking with us. Look at that. It's hilarious. Look at this. Just like after a massage drudges up dormant toxins. That's exactly what it's like. Exactly what it's like. So, it's just some people basically, there's no other way to say this without saying it kind of cheeky. Like some people's minds aren't open enough to believe that this stuff even works. But there's people that have followed me for like literally 10 years. So people know that it's real, either just the public stuff or in person or in group stuff. And it's like the people in the membership know that I do stuff that's um like free like this, but then stuff that I do in the membership, like whatever I done in the membership, that wasn't for long. It was like 20 minutes, it was half an hour in total, 20 minutes. But I can guarantee you, I bet you whatever's happened in there, it's some kind of different codes that have come in that, you know, yeah, it was quite, it's kind of similar, quick, but it all sort of but it blends together. And it'd only be like the people in there must be the people that are in there that need that. Otherwise, you'd be in there, kind of thing. Um, but look at that. It's not got a word on it. Thank you, I feel it. Good. It's that's what I mean about the people that are meant to get it will get it. So if somebody doesn't want to share their word, that's how I'm taking that. Or somebody didn't get a word. So let's see what other words. So this will either be one of your words or it'll just inspire us in a different way. I'm literally exhausted now, yeah. Just go with it. Maybe you need to be to get a good sleep. I hope I'm going to be exhausted. I'm still watching Love Island, even if I am exhausted. Celebrate good times. Come on. Union energy. Celebration with a little John Travolta guy. That's hilarious. Look, celebration. But seriously, they're saying for some people that was calling in union energy. Celebration. We'll put it back, see what other word comes out. I don't know what this video is, but it is very weird. Delight. I'm just going to do a few, because you never know. Some of these might be, of course, Love Island. Yes, of course. Always. Right now, they are tricking, it's quite cruel actually. The guy, they've put his ex, so they split them up into different villas, right? And they've sent the guys away with like five hot birds. Well, it's each in the eye, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Some of them, actually, I'm not going to sit and see, that's my shadow side. Off camera, Sag Moon. If I was sitting with one of my pals or something, like when my friend was here the other week, I'm absolutely going to say more stuff. But on here, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, there's, they were all, one was a little bit Botox, well, maybe more than one was a little bit like Botox to the max, do you know what I mean? It's like, that's all I'm going to say. But I was just kind of like, what the fuck? But this is the thing I always find crazy. It was the girl that fucking all of them were fancy, and I'm like, I'm really not understanding this. And that's why I honestly think a lot of people have been brainwashed to find that attractive. Anyway, whatever. Um, but yeah, what I'm finding quite cruel is they've put the guy's ex in, and so you're meant to think, oh fucking hell, he's going to go for her, blah blah blah. But it's like I think maybe it's actually going to go. She's actually no, well, I don't know though. She's claiming she doesn't want him because he clearly fucked her about, right? Like they went out for 3 years, and I mean, if we've the guy's done the most on the telly, so could you imagine what he's done when he's not a camera watching him? We pray for that girl and her trauma, but now she's on the telly with it. But she basically came in and ripped him she told him a new one. She just kind of told him about himself. And I watched the after show chat, and I do agree with what they said. They were like, it's like she was actually trying to help him, like low key. She was like, you're making an arse of yourself. So. And I do kind of agree, but yeah, I don't know. I mostly believe her when she's like, no, she doesn't want in and do one. But there's always, I think is there feelings there, or was she just wanting on the telly? Who knows? But um, the point is, it's going to be quite sad because the other, the one he's just literally just got with, she's obviously being manipulated. See what I mean? This is part of it. It's part of what's happening. It's a trick and it's illusion. She's been made to feel like, oh, of course he's going to get back with his ex because they've got history and blah blah. But that's not what it's looking like right now. She's not wanting the ex isn't wanting him, right? I think because that guy would just it looks like that guy would just fucking chase anything. It's a shame because he has actually grown on me. I've said to him that I was like, I don't get it. I don't find him nice looking. I don't find him a very nice person. I actually don't understand. I understand it more when someone's hot as fuck, but they're a fucking bastard. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the ones I understand more. You're like, shit. Like, a few other years, there has been really hot guys, but they've been fucking bastards. But, like, he's like, I don't know. He's grown on me. He's got nice eyes. But anyway, the point is he's got banners that I can see. I think it's one of those people that you actually need to be with in person to see why they're all going mad about him. But the point is like um he seems a bit lost, and he does seem a bit lost, and but I'm thinking this is gonna be so cruel because if that one he's just got with is gonna be like, oh fucking hell, that's me, like, and she's gonna retaliate by pairing up with one of the other guys, and he might not even do anything. But something tells me if the ex did want to, I think he would. So anyway, but the point is, I can kind of see there's just a bit of an illusion. I could see it going that way where she thinks he's gonna, and he actually isn't, because the other one's not having it, basically. So whatever that all means to people. But let's get another word. Life lesson, don't get any injections in your face. I'm scarred because of it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Beck. But thank you for sharing that very vulnerably, because I do agree. It's like, it's not worth it. Believe me, like I've said all the time, although it was you that said the other day, what I mean, that I looked beautiful and stuff, like, thank you very much. But I mean, this is you know what I mean? It's a filter of sorts because it's Zoom and it flatters you. Like, I have got wrinkles and stuff, but I'd rather have the wrinkles and have lived my life than be looking like some of these folk, to be honest, because it's like, it's just it's the thing is, some of them are so young, some of them are in their 20s and they're doing that, and I just think, like, if that's how they look now, how the fuck are they going to look, in the future? So anyway, right, forgiveness. So forgive yourself if you've made any kind of decisions that don't fit how you feel now. We've all done that with things in the past. Or maybe you need to forgive someone. Willingness. You need to have the willingness to forgive. It doesn't look like anyone's word's going to come out, but you never know. Light. One more. Oh, two more. Relaxation and patience. Have a little patience. That's just the word that no twin flame, divine feminine ever wants to hear. Patience is like one of my best qualities, and I'm not fucking explaining why. But the astrological reason is I've got 6 retrograde, which again is very rare. You'll notice my soul like to choose things that are very rare, because it's rare to have the 0 degrees Pluto, and it's also rare to have 6 retrograde planets. But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna run for a pee, and then I'll just be, well, I'd like to be 3 minutes exactly so that I start at 10:30, but it might be sooner. But I'm gonna run for a pee, and then, oh my God, guys, how can you even hear me? That's actually hilarious. I don't even understand that. How have you been able, how have you been able to hear me? The fucking microphone USB thing was in my phone from when I've been filming the shorts and the video for tomorrow. So there's actually no point in wearing this microphone. That's so weird. And the thing is, I'm like, you, that's just, it's like fucking hilarious. You've been able to hear me because it's been connected. Yeah, like it's so. Well, that's really annoying. Is it still quite clear though? You're going to notice the difference with the next one. Well, obviously you can't because you've been talking back and forth to me, but it's like, obviously it doesn't matter because it was connecting. Like I was just, it's before I had the mic, you know what I mean? It was just doing, and like I said, the microphone on this is actually pretty good. But you'll notice how crisper it is when it crisp. That word annoys me, but you know what I mean. Like when I've actually, but that's really funny because it did start flashing because the thing was still in the phone, and so it was thinking I was on the phone. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so but like that means something. Do you know what I mean? I think it's also just because my voice carries. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm that used to do it. Even when I've got the microphone, I'm like, oh, why am I carrying it? But um. Interesting. It's going to have some kind of meaning, though. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you were talking to the wrong people, because the microphone thinks I'm talking to people on the phone, and there's nobody on the phone. So some sort of symbolic moment or symbolic meaning that you're talking to the wrong people. You know what I mean? Something like that. Or maybe you're going to the wrong healer for what you need help with. Because that's always what I get. People come to me after they've been to everyone else and they're like, oh shit, I should have just come to you in the first place. You know what I mean? I get that all the time. That's what that's what I mean about, like, I have to, like, I've had to do a lot of shadow integration to be able to not, like, I say this quite a lot, but I can't stand I told you so people, and I never want to be, but think about how much I could be an I told you so person. And it's just I think that's why I hate that type of person. I don't hate's a bit strong, but I do hate, you know what I mean? It's like you have to have really integrated your shadow to not do that. But yeah, I get that all the time. People like take the fucking scenic route the long way. They'll fall for illusions with other people and then they're like, wow, Claire could have helped me with that all along, probably for a lot less money too. And that's even with my sessions being, expensive for some people. But like I would say, it's when you actually understand to the extent of the trauma that I'm healing in people like that, and it's God and my guides and light beings doing it through me, pretty cheap actually. Um, but yes, on that note, definitely talking to the wrong people. I am going to shuffle these once more and then oh fucking hell. We'll shuffle these once more and then I'm gonna get off. So yeah, clearly not coming back at 10:30 because it's past that now, but oh, there it is. That's obviously what they wanted. They're hammering it home. That was union codes for a lot of people. The reunion, soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, friendship. Quite literally, for some people, it is the reunion. Reunion's different from union. It is the reunion after a long time. So it's you take the weight and the heaviness because basically Capricorn is commitment. So all these things are coming up about engagement and marriage and wedding and stuff because Capricorn's commitment. So, for people that puts the fear of God into, because there's lots of people that have got a fear of commitment, never mind talking to things like that heavy. Um, I said this in the short somewhere too, the video for tomorrow. It's just all that stuff is coming up because it's serious energy. It's big life changes that this brings up. But for some of you, it could just be a really serious big deal to release your karmic situation because Capricorn 10th house is also that, a karmic situation. What do you need to release? We're all at different bits. But for some people, it's about a reunion, bringing back a friendship with your twin flame. For some people, it's working on let's actually have each other's back, like, be partners, whatever, business partners, whatever. That word partner annoys me when it's talking about love, but collaboration, soul recognition. For some people, it's your twin flames only just now recognizing you as their mirror on that deep level. So they just wanted to chuck that bit in. Distracting myself from my twin by hanging out on dating apps, scared I'll be forever alone otherwise. Um, well, you've got to do you've got to do you, boo. But just make sure, you know, just make sure you're not like talking to anyone that's gonna, I don't know, be an energy vampire or drain you in any kind of way. But again, everybody's different. I hear you. I'm not a good one to comment on that because I've literally only ever been on Tinder for like less than 24 hours. My pal added it when we were drunk. It was her birthday. She was having a house party and we were all pissed and she thought it'd be funny to install it on my phone and pretend to be me and talk to someone from her past. Oh, and I was like, thanks, that's great. If I ever fucking see that guy at a fucking traffic exit light or something, he's gonna think he was talking to me and he was fucking talking to you. I think she I think she eventually told the guy then. I don't know, I can't remember, but it was only for a night. And yes, it was only for a night, and then the couple hours before we got drunk before I could forget it, I actually went past him, my twin flame. So that was a really great night, a great memory. Not I'd rather release it. Um but yes, anyway, on that note, drunk Tinder, I will say that, although I only had it for that short time and I thought, oh, fuck this. That's why my pal added it, because she knows it's like so not my cup of tea. She just was funny, it's quite funny. Um, one of my other friends from the past, she had it. Quite a few of my friends had it in the past, actually. And I did used to, I had the second hand laughter. We did have quite a few good laughs. Like, particularly, I don't know if we were even drunk. We didn't need to be. But there was one night I do remember it was actually bad because that night, oh, that is quite deep. But yeah, it was I'll never forget it because it was Valentine's. And obviously on Valentine's, when you're not with the person you love, it's always a bit of a fucker, isn't it? Because the world makes it one. But it was like I really did need distraction, and it was funny. It was like my friend was scrolling, we were just fucking pissing, we were fucking pissing ourselves at all the we were fucking pissing ourselves at all the guys. It was just some of the things that people write, man. But yeah, kind of awkward too. Like I've definitely had experiences where you scroll past people and you're like, shit, I wasn't even meant to see that, or like that person is not meant to be on there. But it's kind of like, some people are fucking brass as anything. Fucking got birds and wives and everything, and they're cutting about on there fucking with a different name. You know what I mean? Anyway, this was many, many years ago. I don't know if this is still the case but true story. I'm sure we've all heard stories like that, but it's kind of scary. It makes, it's, that's why it's not a mystery why some people want to stay single when there's shit like that going on out there. But talk about fucking confusion illusion. But anyway, on that lovely note, I'm going to go now because I'm going to pee myself if I don't. But TMI. But yeah, I will be back if you want to join me. I'll be back with the microphone in the right place. Where the fuck have I actually put the microphone now? Jesus Christ. I promise this is not a comedy sketch. This is actually me. Oh, there it is. It's here. It's here. So, should I just put it in now? See, you'll see, right? I'll show you. I know you believe me, but I'm going to put this in now and you won't be able to hear me, right? And then you will. Magic. It's magic. Wait a minute. I don't like when I do that because it's. You can. But you can hear me now. I was just singing. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. But maybe you can hear me now. You should be able to. Can you hear me? I can't hear it anyway because it's. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm going to pee. Don't worry. Can you hear me? I'm just checking for when I come back. Can you hear me now? Because if you can, I'm going to turn this off again because I don't want you to hear me pee. But I'm not going to be live anyway, so you won't be able to. But sometimes I get paranoid, Like I don't start talking to myself right after I end it because I'm like, what if I haven't ended it properly and I start saying shit I don't want people to hear? So we all have these thoughts, guys. You know what I mean? Don't trust, don't trust it. It's like, to be honest, for that reason, like, I sleep in the living room anyway, but like, I don't, yeah, I wouldn't keep my laptop in the room and all that. It's fucking, even when it's off, is it really off? Like, have you seen how easy the iMac goes on? So you can hear me now, though. Yeah, that's how slow the thing is. Right. Anyway, I'm going. So I'll be back in a minute. See you soon.